My name is Rogelio Jr. Bilango from BPED 1B, and now I will discuss to you my topic, which is the division of an ecosystem and the ecological pyramid. So before we proceed to the division of an ecosystem, we need to find first the definition of an ecosystem. So what is an ecosystem? So an ecosystem is defined as a community of a life form in coherence with non-living components interacting with each others. That's the definition, and that's the definition of an ecosystem. Now we will proceed to the division of an ecosystem. So in a division of an ecosystem, the ecosystem can be divided from the energetic viewpoint into the three types of an organisms. And what are the three types of an organisms? The three types of organisms, the first one is the producers. So the producers in an ecosystem is the baseline of a part of a food chain. For example, the producers includes plants, bacteria, algae, and phytoplankton. So the second one is the consumer. So in a consumer are the behaviorous, carnivorous, and omnivorous animals. They eat organic matter produced by other organisms. And lastly, the reducers. The reducers are the heterotrophic organisms like animals. They are fungi, bacteria, and they compose dead organic matters. So next, we will proceed to the food chain of a food web. So in a food chain of a food web, a food chain outline who eat worms. Like while the food web is all of the food chains in an ecosystem, each organisms in an ecosystem occupy a specific trophic levels or a position in the food chain or food web. So here is the examples of the food chain from producers to primary consumer, secondary consumer, tertiary consumer, and to the rest and so forth, from final consumer and to the composers. So and also here is the examples of the food web from producer, primary consumer, secondary until the secondary consumer until the tertiary consumers. That's the example of a food chain and a food web. So next we will proceed to the next topic, which is the ecological pyramid. So what is ecological pyramid? So an ecological pyramid is a tropical presentation of the relationship between the different living organisms at the different trophic levels. And also an ecological pyramid is a graphical representation showing the relationship between different organisms in an ecosystem. It also shows the flow of energy at the different trophic levels in an ecosystem. So in an ecological pyramid, there's also types of ecological. So the first one is the pyramid of a number. So in this type of ecological pyramid, the number of the organism in each trophic level is considered as the level in the pyramid. The pyramid of a number is usually upright except for some situation like that of the detritus food chain, wherein many organisms feed on one dead plant or animals. And here is the second one. The second one is the pyramid of biomass. In this particular type of ecological pyramid, each level takes into account of an amount of biomass preceded by each of the tropical levels. The pyramid of biomass is also upright except for that observed in oceans, wherein large numbers of the zooplantons depends on a relatively smaller number of the phytoplankton. So here is the example of the pyramid of a biomass in ocean. So there's two types of biomass, the phytoplankton and the zooplankton. And the third one is the pyramid of an energy. In a pyramid in energy is the only types of ecological pyramid which is an always upright, food chains in always in unidirectional, also wherein increasing every level same energy in lost into environment. And as you can see in the pictures, it starts from the producers, primary consumer, secondary consumer, until the tertiary consumers. That's the flow of the pyramid energy. So now we will proceed the importance of the ecological pyramid. So the importance of ecological pyramids can be explained in the following points. The first one, they show the feeding of a different organism in a different ecosystem. And the second one, it shows the efficiency of energy transfer. The third one is the condition of an ecosystem can be monitored and any further damage can be prevented. The third and the next we will proceed the limitation of the ecological pyramids. The limitation of the ecological pyramids, first one is more than one species may occupy multiple tropical levels as in case of the food web. Thus, this system does not take into account of a food web. The second one is the Cytrophytes are not considered in any of the pyramid, even though it from an important parts of the virus ecosystem. The third one is this pyramid are applicable only to the simple food chains, which usually do not occur naturally. And the fourth, this pyramid is not deliver any concept in a relation in the variations in a seasons and a climate. And the third and last one is that they do not consider the possibility to extend in the simple species in the different levels. So now we will proceed to what are the significance of an ecological pyramid. So the significance of the ecological pyramid is highly significant in an ecosystem because it explains how various organisms within this ecosystem feed on each other and highlights their food patterns. Also, the pyramid also helps to understand the relationship between the various levels within it and monitors in an all-level health of condition of an ecosystem, which helps it to restoring balance. So next is especially the most important things to remember about an ecological is the amount of an energy decrease as you move up to the pyramid. And this is because not all the energy is used by an organism is passed along the next organism in the food chain. Some of the energy is lost as it is transferred. In an ecological pyramid, the width of each level decreases as you move up the pyramid. This is because there are fewer and fewer organisms at each higher level. So the next is the importance of ecological pyramid. The importance of ecological pyramid can be explained in the following points. They show the feeding of the different organisms in a different ecosystem. It shows also the efficiency of the energy transferred. The condition of the ecosystem can be monitored and any further damage can be prevented. So that could be all. That's the end of my topic. So I hope you learned something about my topic, and I hope that all of us can gain more knowledge about this. Thank you.